Transportation TV News Update, I'm Tony Dorsey reporting. The NTSB this week sent this letter to the president of the Metro-North Railroad, calling for a series of safety recommendations, which include onboard inward and outward-facing audio and image recorders, and the installation of speed limit signs along the right-of-ways. These safety recommendations were developed from information learned during the ongoing investigation into the December 1st, 2013 derailment of a Metro-North passenger train in Bronx, New York. The locomotive and 7 passenger cars derailed in the accident, killing 4 people and injuring dozens more. The NTSB estimates that the train's speed at the time of the derailment was at 82 miles per hour as it entered a curve with a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. The NTSB investigation continues. In other rail-related news, the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials Standing Committee on Rail Transportation held its annual meeting in Washington, D.C. this week. Federal Railroad Administration Administrator Joe Boardman addressed the group, as did Amtrak President Joe Boardman. During his luncheon address, Boardman spoke of this summer's potential collapse of the Highway Trust Fund and the need for a national direction for surface transportation.
I believe that the United States needs a new focus as it restores a sense of direction for the 21st century. And that connectivity of what we need. Our vision must be to provide the connectivity that'll enhance and extend our global competitive advantages.
Speeches are only part of this 3-day SCORT meeting. There are sessions on freight, planning, environmental issues, and a lot more.
Being able to have these meetings and bring in representatives from Amtrak, the railroads, representatives from the House, the Senate, and those leaders, and being able to discuss some of these issues and how they relate to the systems and the services we're running and paying for in our states is very important.
The troubled federal account, which helps to pay for the nation's highway and transit programs, was the focus of this February 12th hearing featuring Mike Hancock, American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials, President and Secretary of the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. Hancock reminded members of the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee that the U.S. DOT estimates that reimbursement payments to state DOTs for highway and transit construction projects could stop as early as this summer because the Highway Trust Fund will run out of money. Hancock said the impact on jobs and state economies will be devastating.
As Congress considers ways to address the short-term crisis of not being able to pay for projects that are already committed, it should also consider a long-term solution that keeps the Highway Trust Fund solvent well into the future. Without a long-term solution, states may not receive any additional federal highway and transit funding in fiscal year 2015. If new federal highway funding is not available or federal funding is not available in 2015, much needed highway and transit projects in virtually every community and every congressional district will either be delayed or canceled outright. These are projects that underpin economic development and improve the quality of life.
The legislation, which authorizes funding for federal highway and transit programs, MAP 21, expires September 30th. That's the Transportation TV News Update. Thanks for watching.